Hi, my name is Kayla Eckenroth, and I'm going to be giving a speech on preferential treatment and a beauty bias. So before I start making this presentation and spitting out all sorts of information, all the good stuff, I want you to take out a piece of paper and a pen, and I want to ask you a few questions, and I want you to write down your answers. So the first question that I have for you is, what is your type when you are looking for a significant other? The second question that I have for you is, what is your favorite type of flower? And my third and final question that I have for you is, have you ever been to a puppy store, like in the mall or like in a strip mall or somewhere else? Okay, so now that you have your answers written down, I want to start talking about preferential treatment and beauty bias. So the preferential treatment given to attractive people, or what people view as attractive, hinders the status for all beauty in all people, no matter what shape, size, ethnicity, gender, ability, or defining factors. People are beautiful and unique in their own ways. According to Brian Spitzberg, the dark side is a metaphor used to describe the areas of interpersonal communication that are dysfunctional, evil, immoral, malicious, criminal, abusive, exploitive, lunatic, and otherwise really icky, naughty, and not very nice at all. Unfortunately, preferential treatment and the beauty bias of they do have a dark side. So whether people are cute, pretty, handsome, ugly, unattractive, crippled, or whatever else you want to call them, people have feelings and thoughts just like you and I do, and people are human, and humans are people. So therefore, for the beauty bias to dictate a person's ability or personality or wellness or smarts, it is unacceptable and it should be fixed. An example of stereotypes that I want to begin with is about a woman, and a woman who has a college degree, and a woman with a husband and 3 kids that she gave birth to herself, and a beautiful woman that is beautiful inside and out. And this happens to be my mom, and she is a victim of the beauty bias or preferential treatment towards attractive people. And she's very pretty, don't get me wrong. So my mom was diagnosed with juvenile rheumatoid arthritis, which is a physical disease that causes joint stiffness and joint inflammation in the body. And she was diagnosed with this disease when she was 15 months old. And so in the human body, there are 450 joints. And now some people only have arthritis like in their fingers or in their hands or in their wrists or wherever else they might have it, which is awful. But my mom has it in all 450 joints in her body, so from her ears to her toes. So she has gone through 13 surgeries, and I know that juvenile rheumatoid arthritis has really affected her life as it has mine, and I can see it. So way back when my mom was younger, she obviously grew up looking different than all of her peers and all the students in her classes. So her arms were shorter, she walked differently, and her mobility was there, but it was definitely more limited. So she went to a private elementary school and a private intermediate school, and the people there were just the worst. So they would just pretend like she didn't exist, like she was contagious or stupid, and that was just because she had a physical disability. But her peers weren't the only ones who treated her like that. Her teachers also did that too. They just treated her like she had a mental handicap because she was physically handicapped. So her peers were mean to her just because of the way she looked and just by making snap judgments. And as well as her teachers were also mean and fell into the stereotypes of a disabled person. So luckily, my mom is very strong, and she's strong enough to put up with the judgment, the constant stares, and the giggles and laughs, and the name calling that we get through when we walk through town or wherever we are. So the problem with this is that not all people are strong, and not all people have a great social community to go out to when they are feeling down. So it's very hard for people to overcome such adversities and emotions when they have a disability or they are different or unique to other people. So with the constant judging and harassment from society, there are many ways for people to develop emotional issues and need help. So ways to hopefully solve this problem for people who are judged or for people who do the judging. We can solve this problem by monitoring our emotional reactions, keeping an open mind when we meet people, putting ourselves in people's shoes that we might judge or might be tempted to judge, and just being aware is the best thing to stop the judgment. So, another problem is first impressions, which obviously her peers and teachers took when they first saw her. They just automatically thought, oh, she's dumb because she has a handicap. But anyways, according to Jacob Nielsen's 2013 article, The Halo Effect is a phenomenon that causes people to be biased based off of judgments by transferring their feelings into one attribute of something to another, which is unrelated to other attributes. So how many times have you been told to not judge a book by its cover? I can guarantee you that you probably have judged a book by its cover more than you have not. So the saying is especially important when regarding people's looks and feelings, because it's very important. According to Hannah Sparks' 2019 article, humans are biased when it comes to beauty. The study says people that have a facial disfiguration are often targets of discrimination, which seems to extend beyond the specific effects of lower overall attractiveness, and that may tie into more groups of the patterns of results in stigmatized groups. And we can solve this problem by really not judging the book by its cover. You never know how sure you can be, how sure you are if you know someone or not. And just judging someone by their looks, you don't know them. They could be beautiful, and they could be the meanest person in the world. So, never make snap judgments or anything like that. Treat them like they are a human being, like they are normal, whether the person seems absolutely perfect or if they have 7 eyes and purple skin. It is always important to have an open mind when meeting new people and accepting people. So, according to Adler's textbook, Interplay, the process of interpersonal communication, the fallacy of overgeneralization occurs when a person bases the belief of limited amount of evidence. So this fallacy closes people's minds, sucks them into judging books by their cover and making snap judgments all the time. And then the next fallacy is the fallacy of perfection, which is the thought that a confident communicator should be able to handle any situation with complete confidence and fallacies and skill. Being surrounded and influenced by such fallacies can hinder a person's confidence when communicating or meeting people or approaching people. So this can also cause debilitative emotions to arise as well. And debilitative emotions are emotions that hinder or prevent effective performance. So according to Bonnie Berry's 2007 book, Beauty Bias, Discrimination and Social Power, she writes, although most of us are not beautiful, beautiful people are the standard by which we are compared. So we aren't perfect, and we have to deal with that every day. Some of us more than others, unfortunately. The way that we can deal with this is by monitoring our emotional reactions and comments, getting a support group to help us talk about our issues, and change our self-talk. Changing self-talk is especially important and very helpful when understanding that it is okay to be not 100% perfect and just be the best version of you that you can be. So in conclusion, I would want you to look back at your paper of questions and think to yourself, why did I write these things down? Why did I pick them? So to me, my type is a tall baseball player with brown hair and blue eyes. And my favorite flower is a daffodil because they're pretty and they smell good. And I have been to those puppy places, and everyone goes there to pick out what they see as the most pretty and most perfect dog that they could ever imagine. So everyone is using the beauty bias and preferential treatment to pick things that they believe are beautiful. So we just have to be careful with how we use it and to not be naughty or not very nice or abusive or criminal about it. So perfection is different for everyone and is not like what you think you like. Therefore, the beauty bias is a crooked place of society when we are forced to deal with it every day. The preferential treatment given to attractive people or what people view as attractive hinders the shape, size, ethnicity, gender, and ability of other people in their own specific ways. And people are human, and humans are people. Therefore, The beauty bias to dictate a person's ability, personality, wellness is unacceptable and should be fixed.